What is up, reactors? I have seen the Marvels, so obviously I'm going to give you guys a review, but at the very end of this reaction video to the Marvels pitch meeting, I gotta reel in, I gotta see what Ryan has to say about this film, and then I will obviously give you guys my thoughts on the Marvels. With that being said, it's time to reel in.
So, you have a movie for me?
Yes, sir, I do. It's a sequel to Captain Marvel.
Oh boy.
And WandaVision.
Oh.
And Miss Marvel.
All right.
And Secret Invasion, kinda. So it's like a sequel to 16 hours of content across 3 shows and a movie?
Yeah.
And it'd be preferable if viewers had watched all of that. Hey, what's a Marvel movie without a bit of homework? So what happens in this thing? Well, we've got this villain, Dar-Ben, right? And she's kind of angry because Captain Marvel's actions have kind of killed her planet Hala. All right, as long as we're not doing one of those generic forgettable villains. People are really sick of forgettable villains.
Oh, trust me, sir.
Dar-Ben's anything but forgettable. Who's Dar-Ben? Okay, that's not a good sign. Anyway, this villain wants to get her hands on these 2 bangles.
Ah, so she heads to Cincinnati?
What? No, these are like quantum bands.
Oh, okay. And so Dar-Ben,
who is the villain, has one, and also Kamala Khan, aka Miss Marvel, has one too. She's from Miss Marvel.
And Dar-Ben uses hers to create a jump point in space, which causes all kinds of wackiness.
What kind of wackiness? Well, since Captain Marvel and Miss Marvel and Monica Rambeau have light-based powers, they switch places when any of them use their powers simultaneously.
Which is cool.
Shouldn't Emilia Clarke's character from Secret Invasion be switching with them too? Hey, shut up. And so these characters take off to a planet called Tarnax, and then Nick Fury takes Kamala Khan's family onto his space station. What? Why would he bring them there? For safety. That seems incredibly unsafe. Well, Caesar,
Right.
the thing is, I want them in the movie. They're funny.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
So what happens
I
next?
love the
Well, Nick
parents.
Fury's gonna crack jokes the whole time. You know Nick Fury. We just had him being pretty depressed and brooding in Secret Invasion. He had really funny stuff. So then Dar-Ben is gonna steal all the breathable air from this planet and send it back home to Hala. That's Spaceballs. You're Spaceballs.
Oh, my Spaceballs are tight.
Okay, carry on. You got me. So now Miss Marvel wants to stay behind and save all the people from this dying planet, but Captain Marvel's like, no, we save who we can. We gotta get out of here.
Oh.
Yeah, so we're gonna see Miss Marvel be like, what the heck? Oh, she's disappointed in her hero. That's an interesting thing to explore.
Definitely. It's gonna be a super interesting 20 seconds.
We're not diving in deeper than that? Oh, no, there's no time.
Why not?
I've already moved on. Oh, okay, I didn't realize. So then they go to this other planet where everybody sings, and if you don't sing, they don't understand you. What? And Captain
Right.
Marvel is a princess, and she sings, and she wears a princess dress, and she sings too.
What is going on?
A bunch of cute space kittens gobble people up, but then they spit them out to safety, and that's those are kittens, they're heroes now. Hey, excuse me, what are you talking about? All right, full disclosure, I did one of those take your daughter to work days and let my 4-year-old take a crack at some of these scenes. Oh, cute. All right, that clears that up. And then the bad guys are gonna attack. Hey, since these people are musical, it could be cool to do some kind of musical fighting style.
No.
All right, and now
That
Dar-Ben
sounds
wants
bad.
to steal the sun from Earth. Uh-oh, we need that thing for tanning purposes. Now, who's Dar-Ben? She's
Tanning
the
purposes.
villain.
And what's her deal?
I told you about Dar-Ben already. I did that. No, doesn't ring a bell. Oh, that's not great. All right, anyway, now the Marvels need to fight her.
Very exciting.
And Dar-Ben's gonna get
Truly.
both quantum bands and tear a frickin' hole in space-time and die.
Not good.
Yeah, so now Monica Rambeau has no choice but to close this hole from the other side. Why can't she close it from their own side? Because that's what I wrote here. Oh, okay, gotcha. And so now that the universe and Earth are saved, Captain Marvel's gonna go back to Hala and try to save that planet too.
Oh, she is?
Yeah, she's gonna tell Miss Marvel, I'm gonna bring Hala back, girl. I mean, that sounds like it's gonna be tough. It's not just gonna happen like that.
Actually, it's gonna be super easy. Barely an inconvenience.
Oh, really? Yes, she flies into the sun and makes it hot again with her powers. I mean, if she has the power to reignite a sun with her powers, how is this villain difficult for her to beat at all? Well, no, she had to learn the power of friendship and stuff.
That works. And so that's about it. What do you think?
I mean, it sounds like some Marvel content. I think we just need a bit more to get people excited for marketing
They're gonna
purposes.
bring up the
We
box
can cut a
office.
trailer that kind of reminds people of older MCU
Oh my
movies that they
God.
really like and be like, hey, this is connected to that. Yeah, I mean, let's definitely play that card and throw that in there. Let's also toss a CGI beast into a mid-credit scene, get people talking about X-Men.
Oh, yeah.
That'll get word of mouth real buzzy. Fill those seats up.
Oh, I told you they would do it.
Hi,
I
everybody.
knew he
Ryan
would do
George
it.
here. Thank you so much for taking the time.
Thank you, Ryan. As always here, I love pitch meetings, so I gotta reel them in. I don't reel in every single pitch meeting that Ryan does, but usually for the Marvel films, I tend to react to. But another great video. Now my thoughts. Obviously that video contains spoilers, so I will be talking about spoilers, just not as much. This review will be quick, but I've seen the Marvels. I saw it late. I usually don't see Marvel movies this late, but for this one, I had to. I mean, this movie dropped on Thursday, and I love seeing movies as early as possible because obviously spoilers. But for this film, I could not, so I had to avoid spoilers for the most part, the best that I could. But this movie dropped on a Thursday night, which was the Loki finale. My reaction to that Loki finale is on the channel. Be sure to go reel that in. But highly enjoyed that finale. But this movie dropped on the finale of Loki, so I couldn't see it, and then I was busy, and now I have seen it on the second weekend, and when I went into that theater, it was completely empty on a second weekend for a Marvel film. That's crazy. That is really unheard of when it comes to Marvel films. But to be honest, after watching the Marvels, I enjoy that Loki finale way more than this film. To be honest, I don't think this film needs to be hated, but I feel like people are falling in line of hating this film. A lot of people that are hating this film have yet to see this film. You see what I'm saying? Is this a good Marvel film? I don't think so. Keyword, I don't think so. If you do, hats off to you. But for me, this movie misses on many, many marks. Missed opportunities are throughout this film, but it is a fun watch. I had a fun time watching it. Even though this isn't the best Marvel film that I've seen this year or that I've seen so far, you know what I'm saying? This is bottom tier Marvel, but it's a bottom tier Marvel film that I can still enjoy. Is this better than Ant-Man Quantumania? Obviously. Is this better than the first Captain Marvel movie, which came out in 2018? Obviously. Is this movie better than Thor Love and Thunder? Oh, for sure. I think it's better than Ant-Man and the Wasp. I think it's better than Thor the Dark World. Thor the Dark World is by far the worst MCU film. To me, I hate that film. What I really hate about Thor the Dark World is the villain, Malekith. And right here with the Marvels, we have one of the worst villains, and that is Dar-Benn. But as you saw in this pitch meeting, Ryan George could not remember what the villain was. And a lot of people, after watching this film, will forget about Dar-Benn. By far the worst villain. Now to me, I don't think the actress does that well with this character. And that actress is married to Tom Hiddleston, Loki himself, God Loki. But yeah, this story just does not fit for Dar-Benn, and it's just not written well for Dar-Benn. But overall, I'm gonna start off with the positives. What I like about this movie is the chemistry. Our Marvels, Captain Marvel, Carol Danvers, Brie Larson, phenomenal in this movie. I like her more than anything in the past. I didn't really like her in Captain Marvel, and we don't get that much of her in Endgame. But here, she shines, and she's awesome. Same with Monica Rambeau, played by Tiona Harris. She's great. And we get a little bit more of her backstory, filling in the gaps of, you know, she was blipped, and then she came back. And during that time, she loses time with her mom. Her mom's dead. And you get this whole conflict with Carol and Monica, and I think the movie nails that. Another thing that this movie nails is Miss Marvel and filling us in, the new audience, on who this new character and who this new hero is, and Miss Marvel steals the show. Iman Vellani, amazing. And I love the Miss Marvel show. I don't think it's one of the best Disney Plus shows, but it's a really fun watch, and I enjoy that show. I enjoyed WandaVision. But I did not enjoy that first Captain Marvel movie. But I like how this movie, you know, gets you up to date with those films. Another thing that I like about this movie is the switching of the powers. I think that's cool, and it provides good fight scenes and really cool, interesting scenes that shows off our characters' powers. I think that's awesome. Plus you get a scene in which they have to learn how to control that and how to work together, and it's on a spaceship. That scene is amazing. But things start to fall out of place. Missed opportunities start to happen. Unnecessary scenes start to play out. And that is when I start to have problems with this film. I start enjoying this film halfway through, and then we get to a planet in which they sing. And to me, I was laughing throughout the whole scene. And yeah, it's played as a gimmick, as a joke, but it does, you know, get serious at times, right? And they are singing still, and I'm just like, what am I watching? Why is this in this film? What are we doing? You know what I'm saying? So I was not enjoying that. And then they have a Disney-fied scene. Like, it feels like a ripoff of Disney princess films. Absolutely Disney-fied. And I thought that was hilarious. But after that, you get a battle. And then the movie, for me, goes down and up. There's some up moments. And then it goes down. And the movie ends. And then you get an amazing credit scene, which showcases X-Men, the Beast, and a different version of Captain Marvel, which is crazy, and it's Monica's mom. And Monica has a scene, and I think the acting is phenomenal. She thinks it's her mom, but it's not. It's a different version of her mom that is Captain Marvel. But Beast, as a CGI, looks really good. I don't see why people have a problem with the way he looks. I enjoyed Beast and X-Men The Last Stand, but this is like comic accurate Beast, and he looks amazing. But yeah, that is pretty much my thoughts on this film. I don't think it's that bad. I don't think it deserves this much hate. But to be honest, Marvel can do better. This film missed out on so many opportunities. There's things I can talk about that they missed out on, such as with the Miss Marvel character, finding out that, you know, Captain Marvel is a planet annihilator, and they don't really touch in on how Miss Marvel would feel about her icon. You know, the person that she looks up to is an annihilator who, you know, basically took out people. And we don't really touch on how Miss Marvel really feels about someone you look up to not turn out to be, you know, the person that you envision. You know what I'm saying? They don't really touch on that, so I think that's a big missed opportunity. Plus, they don't touch on Secret Invasion at all. Like, that just doesn't happen. And then the Nick Fury in Secret Invasion is totally different than the Nick Fury that we got in Secret Invasion. Like, this Nick Fury is kind of a joke, a gimmick, and he was cracking so many jokes, and they were funny jokes, but to me, I was just like, Samuel Jackson this Nick Fury is a joke, and I think this is the funniest Nick Fury that we've gotten, and I'm not sure if that sits right with me. You know what I'm saying? The Nick Fury that we got in Secret Invasion, I enjoyed, and to me, I enjoyed Secret Invasion until that finale. That finale was all over the place, but I enjoyed the watch of Secret Invasion. But yeah, that pretty much does it. That's my review of the Marvels. Hopefully the next Marvel film, which is Deadpool 3, which I'm pretty sure is going to be better, and that's the only film we're releasing in 2024. But yeah, this movie misses the mark. It flies high, it flies faster, it just does not land on its feet at all for me. Out of 5, this movie's a 2. Out of 10, this movie's a 6. But I want to hear you guys' thoughts. I don't hate this film. I had a fun time. It's just a big missed opportunity. And I was expecting, you know, a lot more from it. But yeah, those are my thoughts. Some people are going to agree with me. Some people are not going to agree with me. And that is cool. Opinions are opinions. But this movie and these actresses do not deserve the hate that they are getting across this YouTube platform. I won't mention those channels. You already know. And on social media. You know, people can get, you know, really passionate and really aggressive and really toxic when it comes to comic book movies, when it comes to Marvel movies, whether you're defending them or whether you are hating them. So I never want to be part of that group, you know what I'm saying? But for me, this is a miss mark, and I was hoping that, you know, people were wrong about this movie. And a lot of the people are not wrong. This movie could have been so much better. But other than that, I had a fun time with what I was given. It just didn't land for me. But I want to hear you guys' thoughts. That's my review on the Marvels. Yeah. Hopefully Marvel bounces back like they always do, and they have done in the past. So this is one bad egg in a batch full of really good films. So yeah, the MCU isn't dead. I think that's stupid to say. But yeah, that's my review, and that's my reaction to the pitch meeting. I'll catch you guys in the next reaction video or the next review. Peace.